God likewise invented friendships. And we haven't talked about friendships for a long time, and it's so important to us. So I want to give you just kind of the initial sermon on friends and particularly taking initiative. And this is the entire sermon in a single sentence. The quality of friends that you have reveals the kind of friend that you are. Here's what counts as a true close friend. Number one, and you have to have all three, you eat together. Not at restaurants, in your homes. Number two, if someone in your family gets sick, let's say you have a child that you need to take to the hospital, who do you call to come watch your other children? Or let's say you don't have children, you got a dog and you're going on vacation. Who can you ask to watch your dog? What is it going to take for you? I know you're hurt. I'm sorry you're hurt. We're glad you're here, but please hear this. This is not me calling you. This is Jesus calling you and saying, come, follow me. And as soon as he did, he had to join in an entourage of people that weren't like him and didn't like him. And here's what happens. And this always happens. If you follow Jesus long enough, the two people who aren't like each other and didn't like each other begin to align with each other, not because they like each other, but because they love him. How are we going to be the friend that we need? And this is what I want to say. How to be the friend you need. If you're going to have a friend like you need to start by being the friend that you need. That's where all begins. Because that's what friends do. They call you not by what other people call you. They identify you and they give you a new identity. And that's where it begins, by taking initiative to be the friend that you need. So, first, you have to take a risk. Who are you willing to take a risk on? This is step number two. He had to speak straight to Paul and say, Paul, you're out of bounds. You need to show the same grace to John Mark that I showed to you. Part of the deficit of friendship in our world right now is nobody's speaking straight face to face. We're keyboard warriors online. We'll speak our mind when it's anonymous behind a screen. But actually going to a person and having a difficult conversation is essential if you are going to grow your friendships. The third step is you got to pay the price. There's always a sacrifice for friendships. And I just want to talk honestly right now. I'm going to talk to you ladies first. To have a friendship requires time. And if you don't release your husband, if you're married, if you don't release your husband to spend time with his friends, he will not have the friends he needs to become the husband that you need. You cannot fulfill all his needs. He cannot fulfill all your needs. Friendships are so important that psychologists tell us that for every new friend that you make, up to 10, for every new friend you make, your health increases by 6.6%. That's not your spiritual health. That's not your mental health. That's your physical health. God designed us for community, and when we don't have the community that we need by God's design, we will suffer the consequences physically, mentally, and emotionally. We is greater than me. The principle of friendship is this: in 5 years, you will be the average of your 5 closest friends. So look around at your friends right now. Is that who you want to be in 5 years? If you need new friends to take you to places you can't go on your own, you're going to have to take the initiative. God is doing a great thing in our midst. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there is a revival, not just in our church, across the country. There's this sweeping desire for community. And I know of no other organization other than the local church that from cradle to grave, rich, poor, male, female, every background, every ethnicity, every past, you're welcome here. Because we know that it takes a community to bring out all the best in you. There will be people that you can partner with, that they can do something that you cannot do, and you can do something they cannot do. And the cord of three of you will be the change to reach this valley for Christ is not going to happen from a stage or a weekend. It's going to happen in circles of friendships where greatness arrives from greatness, because all of us are following that one man who accepts us where we are, but loves us too much to leave us there. And if that's the foundation of your friendship, can you imagine what would happen to reach this entire valley for Jesus Christ?